JBS is pleased to present exclusive television coverage of KulturfestNYC, a series of Yiddish language programs performed throughout New York City, a production of the National Yiddish Theatre Folksbiene, as the Folksbiene celebrates its 100th anniversary. We hope you enjoy this JBS presentation of KulturfestNYC.
Without further ado, what you're here for, I'd like to introduce the man of the evening, the one and the only, Ron Rifkin. Give it up.
A little man walked up and down, found an eating place in town. He searched the menu through and through to see what 50 cents could do. One meatball, that's what he said, one meatball. He could afford but one meatball. He told the waiter near at hand the simple dinner he had planned. The folks were startled, one and all, to hear that waiter loudly call. He called one meatball. That's what he called. He called one meatball. Hey, this here man wants one meatball. The little man felt ill at ease. He said, "Some bread, sir, if you please." The waiter's voice roared down the hall. "You get no bread with one meatball. You get one meatball. That's what you get one meatball. You get no bread with one meatball." The little man felt very bad, but one meatball was all he had. Now in his dreams, he hears that call. You get no bread with one meatball. You get one meatball. Oh yeah, one meatball. Yeah, yeah, you get no bread with one. You get no bread with one. You get no bread with one. One meatball. That was fun for me. So what is that about? That's not Yiddish. What am I doing here? Why am I here? What's my connection to the Yiddish thing that's going on all week? So I asked myself that question when Zalman Mlotek, the great Zalman Mlotek, yes, invited me to participate in this evening. The first thing I thought of was Zagreb, 1980. I was in Yugoslavia doing a part in The Winds of War, the mini-series of Herman Wouk's novel. And I was alone. My wife was in California. And I couldn't read the street signs. They were in Cyrillic. I was lonely. I was scared. So I had a day off, and I went to the gym, and I worked out, and I was sweating, and went to the steam room, and this big Slavic cement steam room with lots of steam. And so when I get lonely and scared, I sing. So I started singing. "You're from Williamsburg," a guy said in the steam, a voice. I thought I was alone. I said, "How do you know I'm from Williamsburg?" He said, "Because that's a Williamsburg niggin, a Williamsburg tune." He knew the tune. So we sang it together. Tsud nishelo, Mishelo ochalanu baruchu emunai da 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 sovanu sovanu vehoyesaranu kidvad adoshem da 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 hazon esolomo roinu avinu ochalnu eslachmo v'yeino shasinu al kein node lishmo un halol befinu amarnu v'yoninu ein kadosh kadosh em da 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 tzor shelo shelo ochalenu baruch emonai da 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 tzovan tzovan ve'hoyesaranu kidvad Adoshem da 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 da. So he was right. I am from Williamsburg. Good. You like that? My mother was the 13th of 14 children. And we all lived in that neighborhood, all of us. My Aunt Minnie, my Aunt Frida, my Aunt Katie, my Aunt Suchi, my Uncle Sam, my Uncle Benny, my cousin Marilyn, my cousin Shepsy, my sister. 97 Taylor Street. We all lived around there. The Bubby and the Zadie lived around the corner. My grandfather was a butcher on Clymer Street and Wythe Avenue. It was wonderful. It was just wonderful. It was filled with joy and smells and cooking and love. And one memory I have is April 25th, 1945. People were on the fire escape and they were chanting and weeping because FDR had just died. That tune that I sang, Surma Shelo, my cousin Aaron Feinerman taught it to me, Surma Shelo. He was also from Williamsburg. At any rate, Williamsburg, I get lost in those. My school was on Wilson Street, Yeshiva Torah Vodas, right around the corner. Nice. When at 10:30 we had a recess and there was a knish man outside on Wilson Street. So one day I would have a kasha knish and one day I'd have a potato knish. Williamsburg. So I want to explain to you what the feeling was like, what we heard on the radio in Williamsburg at that time. There was a station called WEVD. Ya boy, ya boy, ya boy, boy, boy. WEVD. Ya boy, ya boy, ya boy, boy. WEVD. Yoy boy, ya ba 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 boy, boy, ya ba 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 boy. Every Sunday morning over WEVD. Joe and Paul's a fucking again. Joe and Paul's making a bargain, kriegen a Sota, kite, I give a ding. Brennt da rein, dein kleines in cut speech. Good morning to you, everyone. I have my script here because it's on the radio. I bring to you now a greeting from Joe and Paul's, who have 3 stores. The first store is located at Stanton and Delancey, downtown Manhattan. The zweite store is located at Hunts Point, Southern Boulevard in the Bronx. And the dritte store is located on Pitkin Avenue, Bronxville, Brooklyn. Mames hat hier aber mitzvah Jingele, was darf haben a slack suit, a two-tone, a revoiceable slicker, a herringbane, a jacket, a poison. We are Brooklyn-proof, bringt dem rein zu. Joe and Paul sagen again. Joe and Paul making a bargain, kriegen a suit, a koit, a gabardine. Bringt da rein, dein kleiner Sinn. Cut speech! Okay, that's my Williamsburg story. I'm finished with that, aren't I? Okay. So, you can tell how much I love that, right? There's my sister. So anyway, why were my parents... My father was a furrier, when it was politically correct to be a furrier. So he used to come home from work, he'd bring a record, right? And I'd show a propensity to learn the songs very quickly. He'd put it on the Victrola. I'd learn it, and we'd go over to the Bubby and Zadie's house. All my aunts and uncles were there. I'd stand up on the table, and I'd sing. This is one of the songs I sang. I'm Pincus the peddler, a broken-hearted peddler, the most unlucky feller that was ever born. My mama was Slovatka, she's drinking too much vodka, and she left me stranded on a Sunday morn. Oh, what you chorn, aye, oh, Albuquerque, oh, Mississippi, I'm Pincus the peddler, Brooklyn, USA. My papa was a plumber, he doubled as a drummer. I never saw that feller ever wear a frown. His whiskers were the longest, the toughest and the strongest. How well they used to keep his pants from falling down. Oh, what you chorn, oh, Albuquerque, oh, Mississippi, I'm Pincus the peddler, Brooklyn, USA. So why were my parents surprised that I became an actor? So I became an actor, and I had a nice success, and my wife and I moved to California, and I get a phone call. I think it was during the end of Alias, which was a series I did of brothers and sisters, which was one of those, and I get a phone call from my friend Bernard Kruger, who said, "Ron, I need a favor." What is it, Bernard? I love Bernard Kruger. He said, well, there's this organization called the Folksbiene Theater, and they're having a gala, and they need somebody to sing Yiddish songs. I don't speak Yiddish, Bernard. Well, but you know some Yiddish songs. Okay, but Bernard, I went. I sang. And when I met Zalman, I said, Zalman, I only know a few songs in Yiddish, and this is what I know. And the first song I sang was probably the most famous Yiddish song ever written. It was written by Mark Warshawski. And it's a song about a teacher sweetly and beautifully telling his children about the alphabet, but it's much more than that. It's Oifen Pripetschuk, brennt a Feierl, und in Stuppi hieß es, und der Rebbe lernen kleine Kinderlach, dem Aleph Beis, und der Rebbe lernen kleine Kinderlach, dem Aleph Beis. Suchsche Kinderlach, gegedensche Teire, was ihr lernt, suchsche noch einmal und Tage noch einmal, kommet Aleph, suchsche noch einmal und Tage noch einmal, kommet Aleph, Lernen Kinderlach mit größer Schech, jeder Anheb ist schwer. Glücklich ist der Jid, was lernt teure, was darfen wir noch mehr. Glücklich ist der Jid, was lernt teure, was darfen wir noch mehr. Setze Kinderlach, gedensche Teire, was ihr lernt do. Suche noch einmal und Tage noch einmal, kommet Aleph o. Suche noch einmal und Tage noch einmal, kommet Aleph o. In a Winkele sitzt a Jingele, ruhig, still und fein, mit a Sidderl und seine Händelech, und kickt a rein. mit a Sidderol und seine Händerlech und kiegt da rein. Solche Kinderlach, meine Teile, wo sie lernen, such schon noch einmal und tage noch einmal, komm jetzt alle wo. Such schon noch einmal und tage noch einmal, komm jetzt alle wo. Komm jetzt alle wo, komm jetzt Baseball. Comets Gimmel go. Mark Warshawski. We'll talk about it. Talk about it later. So the other song I sang was a sort of Yiddish version of Old King Cole, except this Old King Cole is the Rebbe Elimelech. Als der Rebbe Elimelech ist geworden sehr freilach. He was so happy. Ist geworden sehr freilach Elimelech. Hat ausgetan den Zwillen und hat abgetan die Brillen. Und geschickt noch die Fiddlers, die zwei. Und als die dicke Fiddlers haben dicke Fiddled, hat gefiddelt, haben sie. Und als die dicke Fiddlers haben gefiddelt, hat gefiddelt, haben sie. Und als der Rebbe Elimelech ist geworden noch mehr freilach. Ist geworden noch mehr freilach, Elimelech. Hat abgemacht Havdole mit Schames Reb Naftole und geschickt noch die Zimblers, die zwei. Und als die Zimbel, dicke Zimbel, haben Zimbel, dicke Zimbel, hat gezimbelt, haben sie. Und als die Zimbel, dicke Zimblers, haben Zimbel, dicke Zimbel, hat gezimbelt, haben sie. Und als der Rebbe Elimelech ist geworden gar stark freilach, ist geworden gar stark freilach Elimelech, hat ausgetan das Kittel und hat angetan das Hittel und geschickt noch die Peiklers, die zwei. Und all die Peikel, dicke Peiklers, haben dicke Peikel. Gepeikelt, haben sie, ja, und als der Peikel, dicke Peikel, hat gepeikelt, dicke Peikel, dicke Peikel, haben sie. Und als der Fiedel, dicke Peikel, haben Fiedel, dicke Zibbel, dicke Peikel, haben sie. I'm having a good time. So, my friend, Debra Monk. So Debra Monk and I were in a play together, a Robbie Bates play. There's Robbie Bates, the great playwright. Actually, in Robbie Bates's play, Three Hotels, which Debra and I were in for almost a year, I sang that song off in Pribachik. But Debra has won Tony, an Emmy, a drama desk, and she's a shiksa. Imagine that. Debra, where are you? Come here. Come sing with me. Where's your mic?
I'm a schwitzing shiksa from the shtetl of Manhattan.
Und wenn du sollst sein schwarz wie ein Toter, und wenn du ein Egelach, Punkt wie ein Kotter, und wenn du hinkst so bisselach, hast die närrische Fisselach, sag ich, das hat mich nicht. Und wenn du hast den narrischen Schmeichel, Und wenn du hast weiße Seichel, wenn du bist wild wie ein Indianer,
Indiana?
a viele a Galicianer,
I'm from Indiana.
sag ich, das hat mich nicht. Sag mir, wie ich lässt du das? Ich will dir sagen bald was.
Was das?
Bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du kein, bei mir bist du eine auf der Welt. Bei mir bist du Git, bei mir hast du It, bei mir bist du Teile von Geld. Voll schöne Mädel, ich haben schon Gewalt, nehmen mir und von sie alle ausgeblieben, hab ich noch dich. Bei mir bist du Git, bei mir hast du It, bei mir hast du allen in der Welt.
Key change of all the boys I've known, and I've known some.
Yeah, I bet you have.
Until I first met you, I was lonesome. And then you came in sight, dear, my heart grew light, and the whole world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit. You deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. By mere Mr. Shane. Please let me explain. How do you say it?
Mr. Shane.
By mere Mr. Shane means that you're grand. By mere Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. I could say bella, bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain by mere Mr. Shane. So kiss me and say you understand. By mere Mr. Shane, please let me explain. By mere Mr. Shane means that you're grand. By mere Mr. Shane, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. I could say bella, bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I tried to explain by mere Mr. Shane. So kiss me and say you understand. Yeah! Yeah! Say bella, bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I tried to explain by mere Mr. Shane. So kiss me and say you understand. So kiss me and say you understand. So kiss me and say you understand. Oi, Gott, helps mir. Good.
start. Helps me. So I went on and I started to really examine these songs, the diversity of the songs. Two guys, Avremel and Mottel. Avremel and Mottel. Avremel in Europe, Mottel in the Golden Medina. Mottel worked in a sweatshop, probably somewhere around here. Avremel was a marvicher. He was a feikste marvicher, a very talented thief, a pickpocket. He grew up in the streets, had no parents. This song, by the way, is by Mordechai Gebiertig, one of the great writers. Stole from the schmutzige Magnaten. Never stole from the poor. The only thing he asked, because obviously he didn't live very long, was that on his tombstone, he wanted written in big gold letters, "There lies Avremel, the feikste marvicher, the most talented pickpocket. He could have been a great man. He could have been a fine man, if only he had a mother and a father. Onheim bin ich jung geblieben. Es hat nooit mich herausgetrieben. Wenn ich hab nur kein 13 Jahre gehabt, in der Fremdweit von Mamas Augen, hat den Schmutz mich die Gas der Zeugen geworden, ist von mir a Woileriat. Ich bin Avremel, der feikste marvicher, a größer Künstler, ich arbeit leicht und sicher. Das erste Mal, ich will's gedenken bis in Teut, einen Twiese verlachen in a Bräut, ich fahr nicht auf Marken wie jene Prostiaten, gsupt nur bei karge, schmutzige Magnaten. Ich bin sich mir chai, wenn ich da pass am Magnat. Ich bin Avremel, Gott a Woileriat. In der Fremd nicht gehad zum Leben, gebeten Bräut, ein armer Fleck nur geben. Nur jene Leid, was sinnen tomit satt, pflegen oft, treiben mir mich Sorgen. Swachst a Ganef, zis me Chuyem geworden. A Ganef bin ich, nur a Woileriat. Ich bin Avremel, der feikste marvicher, a äußer Künstler, ich arbeit leicht und sicher. I hat a kleiner, a reinen Kutschement, a äußer Masik, a seltener Talent. Ich fahr nicht auf Marken, wie jene Prostiaten, gsupt nur bei karge, schmutzige Maniaten. Ich hab lieber Menschen, a milden, a Sprat. Ich bin Avremel, Gott a Woileriat. It wasn't long before this charade had to be over because he was beaten and tired and sick. Schon nicht lang wird das Spiel gedeuten, krank von Klepp, Gift von fiese Meuden. Noch ein Bakoscher jenen Tomit satt, noch mein Teut in a Tag ertrieben, soll auf mein Matzeve stehen geschrieben, mit Eusius Größe und von Gold. Da liegt Avremel, der feikste marvicher, a größer Künstler, gewinn wollt von ihm Wicher. A Mensch, a Feiner mit Herz, mit a Gefühl. A Mensch, a Reiner, wie Gott allein nur will. Oi, oi, wenn über ihm wollt, gewachst am Mammes Augen. Wenn's wollt die finstere Gasse nicht erzeugen, wenn noch ein Kind a Tate hat gehalt. Da liegt Avremel, God avoile yet. Good. Morris Rosenfeld. Morris Rosenfeld. Great, great Morris Rosenfeld. He was known as the sweatshop poet. He also probably worked around here. There's a story about Morris Rosenfeld that he got all of his songs together and his poems together and put them in a little book. And he heard that there was a meeting in Philadelphia. There was going to be a big meeting in Philadelphia. So he went to Philadelphia. He brought his books. He read his poems. He sang his songs. Sold his books. Didn't make enough money for car fare back. Didn't make enough money for car fare back to New York. Morris Rosenfeld, sweatshop poet. Mein Ruheplatz, my resting place, a poem by Morris Rosenfeld. He says, don't look for me where the myrtle trees are greening. You won't find me there, my darling, my sweetheart. Look for me where lives are withered by machines. That will be my resting place. And don't look for me where the birds are singing. You won't find me there. Look for me where the chains of the slaves are clanging. That's my resting place. And don't you look for me where fountains are spritzing. You won't find me there. Where tears are pouring down and teeth are gnashing. That will be my resting place. And if you love me, my darling, my schatz, you'll come to visit me and make sweet my resting place. Nit such mich wo die Märten grünen, gefindest mich dorten nit mein Schatz, wo Lebenswelken bei Maschinen, dorten is mein Ruheplatz, dorten is mein Ruheplatz. Nit such mich wo die Vögel singen, gefind's mich dorten nit mein Schatz. A Sklav bin ich, wo Keiten klingen, dorten is mein Ruheplatz, dorten is mein Ruheplatz. Nit such mich wo Fontanen spritzen, gefind's mich dorten nit mein Schatz. Wo Tränen rinnen, Zähne kritzen, dorten ist mein Ruheplatz, dorten ist mein Ruheplatz. Und liebst du mich mit wahrer Liebe, du kommst zu mir, mein guter Schatz, und heitert auf mein Herz das Triebe, macht mir süß mein Ruheplatz, mach mir süß mein Ruheplatz. Lauren Brody. Elisa Sunshine. Dmitry Zissel-Slepovich. I already said the great Salman Watek, so I don't have to say that again. So my first job on Broadway, okay. My first job on Broadway, I had just gotten into the Actors Studio, and I auditioned for a play, and it was Neil Simon's first play. It was called Come Blow Your Horn. And the job I got was the understudy to Joel Grey. And he has been my lifelong friend since. Joel Grey. This should be in a theater, like at Lincoln Center or Carnegie Hall. It's unusual and beautiful, and
Thank you, thank you.
I'm proud to be an old friend.
Thank you, so am I.
Very old.
You look very handsome.
Thank you, sir.
People say that we look alike. I mean, they always say to Joel, you were great on Alias. And they always say to me, nothing. So I told J.J. Abrams, I said, Joel Grey is my good friend. Why don't you write a part for him on Alias? What are you talking about? Scha, still, mach nicht kein Gerede.
Never fight with the writer.
Okay. So anyway, we'll just go on with that. So we'll talk about that later. If I want to tell a lie, what do you have to correct me for? You know, I want to make it grammatically correct. Oy, 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 oy. That's another one of my best friends. Such friends. Okay, so what were we saying?
I don't know. What were you saying?
Here's your stool. There's your stool.
I get a stool?
Yeah.
Beesmer. Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Joel. How are you?
What do you want to do?
I think we should, let's sing something first.
Steht der Bocher und Tracht, Tracht und Tracht, die ganze Nacht. Wemmen zu nehmen und nicht verschämen, wemmen zu nehmen und nicht verschämen. Tumbala, 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 like a tumbala. Sing, Robbie! Tumbala, like a tumbala, like a spielbar, like a Freilach soll sein.
Jossel, Jossel, ich will bei dir fragen.
What do you want to know?
Was kann wachsen, wachsen und regen? Was kann brennen und nicht aufhören? Was kann banken, weinen und tränen? Hoi, tumbala, 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 like, tumbala, 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 like, tumbala, like, tumbala, like, a spielbar, like, a Freilach soll sein.
Narischer Bocher, was darfst du fragen? Was Steinchen wachsen, wachsen und regen. Liebe kann brennen und nicht aufhören. A Herz kann bänken, weinen und tränen. Tumbala, 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 like, tumbala, 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 like, tumbala, like, tumbala, like, spielbala, like, Freilach soll sein.
Was noch?
You know, I have always treasured Ron's understanding and speaking of Yiddish because I came from a house and a family that it was never spoken. My father was a comedian by the name of Mickey Katz, and he was a Yiddish dialectician parodist, and he made these crazy records, Hey Muffin Range and The Baby, the Bubby, and You, and Yiddish Mule Train. And he had a show called the Borscht Debates. No, it's not people skating on borscht. However, he had this very successful show, and I wanted to be on stage. And I couldn't sing or dance, and I knew no Yiddish at all. So I said, I want to be in the show. He says, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. And I had this great Aunt Jean who told me about a record by Aaron Lebedoff called Romania, Romania. And really hard song. If you don't speak Yiddish, forget it. but I learned it by rote. I am Romania is toch geht van Kantijkes feest me niet. Wijn drinkt me liberaal, men van bij stakkersterval. I dig-a-dig-a-dam, dig-a-dig-a-dig-a-dam, I dig-a-dig-a-dam, dig-a-dig-a-dam, I dig-a-dig-a-dam, dig-a-dig-a-dam, I dig-a-dig-a-dam, dig-a-dig-a-dam. Anyway, that was... That was this number that I went on to do, and the people seemed to like it. So I got into the show, and he had to write me another song. And so this was my opening song in my father Mickey Katz's Borscht Capades. When I was 8 days old, they named me Yossel. Oh, what a simcha, such a celebration. All my mishpocha drank a toast l'chaim while I was suffering a minor operation. Later on, I went to kindergarten. I said, "Teacher, Yossel is my name." She said, "The name of Yossel, it sounds like a schlemossel." From Yossel, my name became Joel Grey. Now what do you want to do? You know, it's your evening.
We should sing one of Mickey's songs.
Okay. Born in the wilds up Delancey Street, home of gefilte fish and kosher meat. Handy with a knife, here's a tzee. He flicked him a chicken, but he was only 3. David Crockett, he sat in the sun and gerocket and gebacket. David Crockett, king of Delancey Street. Are you folks laughing? Let me tell you what happened to this guy.
What happened?
He went down south looking for a maidel. Met a little Tsatskala called Daisy Fredel. From near and far, they came to the hippie, elected him
The president of the B'nai Mississippi.
Mazel tov, David Crockett. A mazel tov to Mama and the old big Crockett. Mazel tov, David Crockett, the king of Delancey Street. So he went on his honeymoon way out west to Las Vegas. And what do you do in Vegas? He stepped up to the crap table with full pockets and shot. He shot like a gambler, einer of the Welt. Out came 2 6s in der de Geld. He felt very sad, that's my opinion. He would have said Kaddish,
But he couldn't find a minion.
Mazel tov, David Crockett, verloren de Hazen and he went home knocking. Mazel tov, David Crockett, king of Delancey Street.
Remember I said that the song Eufen Pripyatchuk was written by Mark Warshawski. Mark Warshawski was a really fantastically interesting guy. He was born in 1848. He died in 1903 or 4. And he went to law school in Moscow. He went to college in Kiev. He became a lawyer. He became a rabbi. But his hobby was writing poetry. And at some point in the late 19th century, Sholem Aleichem read his poems. And he said that they should be published. And indeed they were. Shalom Aleichem arranged for them all to be published. And they would go around to different places, and Shalom Aleichem would read his stories, and Mark Warshawski would sing his songs. He wrote a song called Der Milner's Tränen, The Miller's Tears. I sang it in this building a couple of years ago in the 27th Man, Nathan Englander's play. And it's about this old Jew who had worked all of his life in the mill, Tsarist Russia. They're closing the mills, there are pogroms, they're throwing the Jews out of their homes, out of the cities, out of the shtetls. And he talks about, what'll I do? Where will I go? Who will take care of me? I'm old. Oi, wieviel Jahren seien verfahren, seit ich bin Milner oder da. Die Räder drehen sich, die Jahren gehen sich. Ich bin schon alt und greis und grau. Die Räder drehen sich, die Jahren gehen sich. Ich bin schon alt und greis und grau. Es ist Tag voranen, ich will mich ermannen, heraus vom Dorf und von der Meer. The wheels won't turn no more, and I won't earn no more. Ich bin schon alt und greis und grau. Die Räder drehen sich, die Jahre gehen sich. Ich bin schon alt und greis und grau. Von Glück vertrieben bin ich geblieben. Und Weib und Kind und da allein. Die Räder drehen sich, die Jahren gehen sich, und elend bin ich wie ein Stein. Die Räder drehen sich, die Jahren gehen sich, und elend bin ich wie ein Stein. Wo will ich wohnen? Where can I live now? Wer wird mich scheinen? Who'll take care of me? Ich bin schon alt, I am so old. Ich bin schon mit, I am so sad. Die Räder drehen sich, die Jahren gehen sich, und euch mit See geht euch der Jid. Die Räder drehen sich, die Jahren gehen sich, und euch mit See geht euch der Jid. So what's his name? Shmerka Kaczerginski. He's the guy who wrote that song about Freeling, you know, the springtime song about his wife and sadness and how hard it was, and he's looking for her. So this is the other side of him. This is called Zol Shoin Kommen de Geula. It's filled with hope and filled with joy and filled with longing and Gott soll dir dort von Herzen. Macht man alle Chaim. If you're feeling sad, make alle Chaim. As der Umid lässt nicht ruhen. If you're still feeling low, singen mir a Lied. Sing a song. Ist nicht da kein bissel Branfen. If you have nothing to drink, let me drink in Mayim. Drink water. Mayim Chaim ist doch Chaim. Was darf noch der Jid? Soll schon kommen die Geole. Soll schon kommen die Geole. Soll schon kommen die Geole. Mashiach kommt schon bald. Oh, soll schon kommen die Geole. Soll schon kommen die Geole. Soll schon kommen die Geole. Mashiach kommt schon bald. Es ist ein Dode vom Kulechayev, macht nicht kein Deronim. Und von Sündigen Mashiach Gicher kommen wird.
Ach du Tatele, 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 in Himmels Betten Bnei Rachmonim. Ze Mashiach soll nicht kommen, a bissele zu spät. Soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule. Mashiach kommt schein bald, hei, 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 soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule, Mashiach kommt schein bald. Stanzen Bämer in der Wälder, Sterne auf den Himmel, Reb Yisrael, der Mechuten, dreh sich in der Mie. Es wird sich aufwecken Mashiach von sein tiefen Drimmel, wenn wird der Herrn unser Twile die Gelieb. Ai, 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 soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule, Mashiach kommt schein bald, soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule, soll schein kommen die Gejule, Mashiach kommt schein bald. This is an oi 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 song. You'll see. That was a good catch. Oh, wir seien alle Brüder, oi oi alle Brüder, und wir singen Freilachlieder. Und wir halten sich in einem, oi oi, sich in einem, als solches ist nicht da bei keinem. That's right. Ai, 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 und wir seien alle einig, sie wir seien viel zu wenig. Und wir lieben sich doch alle, wie Achossen mit der Kalle. Und wir seien alle Schwester, oi, oi, alle Schwester, also wie Rachel, Ruth und Esther. Und wir davnen von mein Sider, oi, oi, von mein Sider, und wir seien alle Brüder, oi, oi, oi. So, the show that I did with Joel, this is my encore. It was 1962, I think, and that's when I met my wife. And
August will be 49 years. And she was a dancer in another Broadway show, and the only way I really could get to meet her was it was Hanukkah time, so I sent invitations to all the Broadway shows. I went backstage, on the boards, and I posted a notice, whoever wants to light Hanukkah candles, come to my dressing room, top floor of the Brooks Atkinson Theater, and light Hanukkah candles. Iva, could you come up? I want to sing something to you. Tricky steps. Come here. So when I married Iva, when I married Iva, she didn't know we got married by an Orthodox rabbi, Rabbi Wolf in the Great Neck Synagogue, and she didn't know anything about anything. She was a chorus girl. Anyway, Schein wird die Levonen, lichtig wie die Sterne von Himmel am Matone, bist du mir zugeschickt. Mein Glück hab ich gewonnen, denn ich hab dich gewonnen. Du scheinst wie 1000 Sonnen, hast du mein Herz verglückt. Deine Zähne weiß wie Perle,